Welcome, everyone. So, today we're diving into a highly requested step-by-step explainer on something that stresses a lot of us out: how to completely recover from financial distress. We're going to use a proven, structured approach to get you back on your feet. If you've been feeling that heavy weight of financial troubles, well, you are absolutely in the right place. We're going to get through this together. Let's start by validating exactly how you might be feeling right now. Facing financial ruin? It is incredibly stressful. It can literally make you feel paralyzed. But it's so crucial to remember that you're not alone in this. And more importantly, there is a clear, practical way out of it. Okay, here's our roadmap for today's explainer. 1. Facing your financial crisis. 2. The 5 steps to recovery. 3. The debt snowball strategy. 4. Why the snowball works. And 5. Expert tips to avoid default. Let's jump right in. Section 1. Facing your financial crisis. When you feel like you've hit rock bottom, panic is definitely your worst enemy. We need to stabilize things first. Look, before you even worry about paying back banks, credit cards, or those old debts, you've got to secure what we call the 4 walls. This means your absolute bare bones essential expenses: food, utilities, shelter, and transportation. You and your family simply have to survive the current crisis first, because frankly, if you don't have a roof over your head or food on the table, you literally cannot fight your way out of debt. To do that in a crisis, you need a zero-based budget. Basically, this means every single dollar is assigned a specific job before the month even begins. Notice how heavily we prioritize your basic needs here. A massive 55% goes straight to those 4 walls. We also carve out a quick 10% for an initial emergency fund, just a little buffer to stop the bleeding if a new unexpected expense pops up, you know? Section 2, 5 steps to recovery. Now that the bleeding has stopped and the panic is fading, let's see how this builds into an actual actionable recovery plan. So the secret sauce here is following these 5 sequential steps for financial recovery. First, you assess your financial reality. Literally list every asset and liability. Second, reduce your expenses quickly by cutting non-essentials. Third, access emergency help if you need it. Fourth, generate quick income. And 5th, start preparing for the future. Let's zoom in on step 4 for a second: generating quick income. Because let's be real, you can only cut your budget so much, right? To bridge that gap between low income and high debt obligations, you gotta hustle for some quick cash. This might mean swallowing your pride and selling unused electronics or furniture on digital marketplaces. Or maybe you jump into the gig economy, taking up ride sharing or doing some simple freelance tasks in your spare time. Section 3, the debt snowball strategy. Next up, we're looking at the real engine of your financial recovery: how we're going to actually eliminate this debt. Introducing the famous debt snowball method. This is a strategy where you pay off your accounts in order of the smallest total balance to the largest. Now pay close attention to this part, because it's a real game changer. The method tells us to completely ignore the math of interest rates. Yep, you heard me right. You focus purely on the size of the loan. Okay, so here's exactly how it works in practice. You pay the absolute minimum on everything, right? But you take every single extra penny you have and throw it at target 1, that smallest balance, like a $500 utility bill. Once that bill is gone, you don't just pocket the $50 you were paying on it. No, you roll that $50 payment into the $60 payment for the next target, your credit card. Now you're suddenly paying $110 a month on the credit card. You're basically building this massive snowball of cash flow as each small debt gets knocked out. Section 4, why the snowball works. Now you're probably wondering why we'd ignore interest rates. Like, why does this actually work better as a practical solution? Well, it comes down to the classic debate: snowball versus avalanche. The avalanche method tells you to pay off the highest interest rate first. And sure, mathematically speaking, avalanche saves you a few dollars on paper, but it takes a really long time to finish paying off a massive high-interest loan. The snowball method, though, it gives you these rapid emotional victories. Crossing a debt off your list completely gives you the motivation and the momentum you desperately need to keep going during a crisis. I absolutely love this quote from the source material: "Managing money is 80% behavior and only 20% math." It hits the nail right on the head. It proves that getting out of debt isn't about having an accounting degree. It's entirely about changing your daily habits.
And you know what? Academic research actually backs this up. A landmark 2016 Harvard Business Review study proved that the debt snowball is the most effective practical strategy for consumers. Seeing that balance hit zero changes your mindset completely. That feeling of progress is the ultimate key to sticking to your financial diet. Section 5 Expert Tips to Avoid Default. Finally, let's make sure you have the safeguards in place to never, ever fall back into this trap again. Getting out of debt is amazing, but staying out, that's the real goal.
So if you're so deep in debt that you have to restructure a loan with a bank, experts strongly advise using a financial consultant. Why? Because banks might offer a temporary fix that looks totally fine today, but then completely crushes you in 6 months. A consultant will help build a realistic cash flow model. They'll test your ability to pay under optimistic, medium, and really conservative scenarios so you don't accidentally sign a new agreement you still can't afford. Oh, and golden rule, always get these new agreements formally documented in writing. Now, as you're recovering, you're obviously going to want to rebuild your credit score. A really crucial rule of thumb here is 30%. You want to make sure your credit utilization ratio never exceeds 30% of your available limit. So if you have a credit card with a $1,000 limit, never carry a balance higher than $300. Make sense? When you're rebuilding, it helps to remember what credit bureaus actually care about. Payment history is 35%, and credit utilization is 30%. That means just paying on time and keeping your balances low makes up a massive 65% of your total credit score. Keep those two things in check, and for sure your score will heal over time. Then, once the debt is entirely cleared, your ultimate safeguard is the numbers 3 to 6. You need to build a fully funded emergency fund that covers 3 to 6 months of your basic four-walls living expenses. This is absolutely critical. It ensures that if you lose your job again, or if you have a random medical emergency, you won't need to borrow money just to survive. And hey, remember, if you are truly at the edge and facing legal action, a lot of regions now offer incredible national platforms designed to intervene. For example, the Ehsan platform in Saudi Arabia helps citizens facing execution orders for non-criminal debt. Or the Egypt Without Debtors initiative, which assists those imprisoned just for borrowing to meet basic living needs. Across the globe, the focus is really shifting toward providing true economic empowerment and job training, not just quick handouts. Financial recovery is completely possible. You just have to take that first step. Whether it's writing down your zero-based budget tonight or maybe selling an old phone tomorrow to pay off your smallest credit card, action is the cure to anxiety. So I'll leave you with this thought. Now that you have the exact roadmap, what is the very first small step you would take today to start rolling your own debt snowball? Are you ready to rewrite your financial future? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you next time.